Welcome to the fifth and final module of the online writing workshop. If you've made it this far, good going, and you've learned a lot in a few days, or perhaps if it's already stuff you knew, which we hope, you've refreshed your memory and really strengthened these skills in the last few days. So for day 5, well, that's about parallel structure, quoting, and summary and response. So summary and response, by the way, is the kind of task that you'll be called upon to do if you're doing a diagnostic essay for the ESL programs. So anyway, let's get started here. The first thing is a discussion about parallel structure. And so for this one, it's rather complicated. It has 6 steps, but I'm making it a discussion because I want everyone to try their own thing here and to see what we all come up with. And not everyone's going to be correct. There are going to be some mistakes, and I will correct the mistakes. So don't worry about it. Plan on it. It'll be a learning experience. But we're using this shareholder letter from Warren Buffett once again. And this time we're looking for conjunctions. And, but, or, not only, but also, neither nor, both, and. You could also look for either or, but I don't think that there are any examples of that in here. And oh, by the way, why should you learn parallelism? Because it's anytime you need to join things with conjunctions or put things in a list, like maybe when you're writing a resume, parallel structure. I've read resumes from people who got the job, but I look and say, wow, your resume is a little sloppy here, So anyway, so look for something connected by one of these conjunctions. Step 2, make sure nobody else has already commented on it in this discussion. And then if they haven't, then paste it in and put the conjunctions, the and, but, or, neither nor, both and, put them in boldface. And then step 4, highlight the things on either side of it that are being joined. Say what things they are, and then say whether you have something, a parallel structure or not. So I'll show you what I mean. So here's something from paragraph 3. Notice I say where it's from. That helps people out, all right? Our maintaining first-class service is not only vital to our shippers' welfare, but also important to the smooth functioning of the U.S. economy. The correlative conjunction pair not only but also is connecting 2 adjective phrases. Notice I've colored them both green because they're both the same kind of phrase, an adjective phrase. So it's parallel, yay! Now watch out, here's a common mistake. You leave uncolored gaps. So maybe you look at this and you say, oh, not only vital but also important. Yeah, that's parallel. Well, wait a minute, what about all this stuff between the vital and the but also? You can't just ignore that. It's got to have a home, okay? So really it needs, it's the whole phrase here, vital to our shippers' welfare. And it's not just important, it's important to the smooth functioning of the U.S. economy. So look a little further. Common mistake number 2, concluding too soon that the structure is not parallel. So suppose you found this and said, oh, not only, but also, yay, it's some correlative conjunctions. All right, so important to the smooth functioning of the U.S. economy. Oh, I know that. That's an adjective phrase. Now, let's see what we have here. Welfare. Oh, no, that's a noun. Oh, it's not parallel. No. Keep looking. We know we want there to be an adjective phrase here. The writer might not have put one because maybe they made a mistake, but let's keep on looking, especially because we have a lot more words before we get to that not only. So if we keep on looking, then we'll come to, oh, vital to our shippers' welfare. And then you can see that, yes, it is parallel. So, well, I just made it look easy, didn't I? So do your best. There will be mistakes, but hopefully it'll be a learning opportunity here. And if you can master this, this will be something that might make your writing better than the writing of some people who have grown up speaking English and never really paid much attention to this. All right, what next? Oh, correcting parallelism errors. Okay. So in the micro writing, I have a particular sentence from a published book that has some parallel structure and some non-parallel structure in here, and you have to analyze what's what. And after you do that, you can look at the answers, but so I'm not going to show them here. Okay, next, another observation. This is just like what we did early in this, or oh no, early in this, like in a couple of modules ago, thesis statements and topic sentences. I said revisited because we're doing it this time with another article. So, so the last article you summarized had a very obvious structure. It was 3 keys to successful long-term leadership. This time you're going to do it with big pharma innovation in small places. So just like before, identify the topic sentences in boldface, identify the thesis statement in green. And after you do that, you can look at the answers. And actually, I'm going to put a little video here a little bit later to explain the answers if I think it needs some more explanation. Maybe I won't because I did this with the earlier ones, and hopefully you can believe me this time. And then, once again, from topic sentences to sections. So take the answers text, and then this time there are 10 paragraphs. Group those paragraphs into sets of paragraphs that belong together and highlight each group in a different light color. So 10 paragraphs. So there are going to be there's going to be more than one section, less than 10. So with that, use the topic sentences and see if you can group them in a logical way. And then submit your document here. And once you do that, you can look at the answers. Okay, then the last thing we're going to cover is using quotations. You may not need to use a quotation in papers in your own field of study. You may not need to use a quotation in your upcoming writing task, but I want to at least make sure people have some awareness of how it's done. So this is just a quiz on recognizing various ways that a quotation can be done based on this document out of a textbook. Right? And then finally, your final summary is a summary and response. Big pharma innovation. All right, so 2 parts. So here's your summary. And so here are the same requirements that you've had before. One new thing though, because this is a summary and response, that means you will be giving your opinion in the response. So try to avoid giving your opinion here. Just make it a neutral summary that doesn't give your commentary, if possible. And then save your opinion for your response. And if you have an opinion, I don't know what opinions you'll have, that's up to you, but whatever you have, try to support it with some specific examples, either examples that happened to you or to people you knew, or examples in the news, or even imaginary examples if you don't have real ones. You can ask us to imagine examples, that's fine too. It's stronger if you have more than one point to defend your thesis. So if your thesis statement is true for more than one reason, that makes your paper stronger. And have a conclusion, even if it's just one sentence, to tell the reader, just one sentence so that I know that I finished reading your essay and you didn't just forget it or run out of time. And then use cohesion devices between sentences and between paragraphs, like we've been seeing. And with that, you'll be putting together just about everything you've been learning in these 5 days. And so thanks for staying with me. I hope you learned a lot. And best of luck in your future endeavors.